Hey Guitar Geeks, Guitar Guts back, and this week I'm going to show you how to replace Gibson's Quick-Connect pickups with pickups that don't have that little connector on the end of the wires. A while back Gibson decided to change the way that it was wiring some of the upper end guitars that it sells, and I do like the system. It's fairly handy and quick to change things out in. You'll notice that in the back of the guitar here, everything is mounted down into a circuit board in the base of the cavity here. There is no point-to-point wiring going from the tone pot to the volume pot anymore, and vice versa. Everything is mounted down in that circuit board, including the jack, including the caps, and the pickups. This is one of the older types that I saw coming out first, and it has these little black Quick-Connect connectors on the end of the wires, and this has a little clip on the back of it that you have to pinch in order to get it out of there, and that holds it in fairly tight. The newer types that I've been seeing have a smaller white connector on the end of them, and there's no little clip on the back of it. I guess just the pressure of pushing it together holds it in place, and it does seem to be fairly tight. I've never had one wiggle loose. Gibson also has conveniently put a little bit of shrink tubing on there with bridge, and on the neck it says neck, which is kind of convenient because sometimes it's hard to tell unless you look on the back. This is a pretty convenient system. I like it. The pickup change outs, if you're doing the quick connect to quick connect, is super fast. All you have to do is disconnect the pickup that's in there that you want to change out, pull the wiring back through the access hole here, and then push the new cable from the new pickup back through and clip it back into place, and you're ready to rock and roll. Super fast, super easy. There's no soldering required, so it's extremely convenient unless you want to replace the pickups with one that doesn't have that little quick connect on it. If you've pulled some older Gibson pickups out of another guitar, or you want to replace it with something from another manufacturer, that's not going to work. Now you could do it the hard way, and you could gut the entire guitar. You could pull all this stuff out of here, replace all the tone, all the volume pots, all the caps, probably replace the jack. I don't know if you could get that stuff out of that circuit board in order to use it standalone by itself or not, but probably be easier just to gut the whole thing. But that's expensive. That's going to take a lot of time. An easier way that I recently found, because I wanted to try a set of Seymour Duncans in my Gibson, is this little adapter that mimics the Gibson Quick-Connect. It's the same type of little plastic connector. It has the same female connection on the end of it, but it's just connected to some loose wires. Now I ordered this off eBay, and I'll put the link to the person I ordered it from down in the description, but I'm not connected to them, so I'll leave it out of the video. This one I had special ordered to fit Seymour Duncan pickups. So the wiring color scheme here matches the Seymour Duncan wiring color scheme on my Seymour Duncan pickups. I don't have to worry about which wire is which. When I want to connect it up, if I wanted to run my whole lot of humbucker pickup and see what it sounded like, I would just take the black wire from my pickup and the black wire from this little adapter and solder those together. Now, before you do that, and I almost did it again, learned this the hard way, it comes with some shrink tubing to insulate around where you've made those little soldering connections so that it doesn't short out. Put that on there first before you do your soldering. I did one wire before I realized that. You got to put the heat shrink on first. You can't get it on later to pull back over that solder joint and shrink around there to where it can't short out if it gets up against something. But that really is all there is to it. You simply wire up black to black and red to red and white to white, and you're almost ready to go. Now all the colors correspond to something on Seymour Duncan pickups except for this one, the yellow one. And the yellow one is the one that goes to the bare ground wire, not the green ground wire, because there is a green one on this adapter. But the yellow one goes with the bare ground on your pickup. And I believe, if I read their information correctly, that's going to be the way it is on any wiring scheme that you order from these people. The yellow always goes to ground, whether it's Gibson or DiMarzio or Seymour Duncan or some other company. And those are the ones that I noticed that they had readily available. He's making these by hand, special order. And I know they make them for Seymour Duncan, they make them for DiMarzio, they make them for Gibson, and I'm sure he can inform you if he makes them for other manufacturers. Well, that really is about all there is to it. You wire color to color, and then when you go to replace the pickup, you simply feed that new length of wire down through your pickup cavity and plug it into the Quick-Connect. And that way you're not limited to only using one brand of pickups in your guitar. Well, I hope that helps. I hope you get some enjoyment out of switching around pickups and trying out new things. Let me know what you think in the comments, and thanks for watching.